Imagine a system that never sleeps, never gets tired, and never forgets a single detail. One that passed a medical exam designed by one of the world's leading universities and outperformed every competing system built by the biggest tech companies on the planet. But that wasn't the most shocking part. The most shocking part was what happened next. Within just a few weeks, this system was operating in real hospitals, seeing real patients, and the world barely noticed. In early 2025, Stanford University conducted a large-scale comparative test of 9 of the most advanced artificial intelligence systems in medicine. The field included systems from major tech corporations, well-funded startups, and prestigious research labs. The test was built around real questions from licensed medical exams. The winner was a model that most people outside of China had never heard of. It was the open-source model DeepSeek R1. It posted a win rate of 66% against competitors and an average score of 0.75 on standardized medical evaluations. The benchmark covered 35 different medical tasks. It was developed and reviewed by 29 practicing physicians across 14 specialties, cardiologists, neurologists, oncologists, pediatricians. This was not a demo or a promotional video. It was a real test of real knowledge. But how did this model become capable of something like this in the first place? To understand that, you need to grasp the fundamental difference between how a human doctor learns and how artificial intelligence is trained. A doctor spends around 6 years in medical school, then comes residency, another 3 to 7 years. Then years of practice. By the time they're 40, an experienced specialist may have tens of thousands of cases behind them. That's an enormous amount of experience earned through sleepless nights, thousands of hours of study, and inevitable mistakes. Artificial intelligence works differently. It doesn't go to university. Instead, it processes millions of medical texts. Textbooks, clinical guidelines, research papers, patient records. It does this in days, not years. And it forgets nothing. Every fact, every connection between a symptom and a diagnosis, every drug interaction, all of it is stored and instantly accessible. When a doctor reads a new paper, they retain the key takeaways, but the details fade over time. An AI system doesn't have that problem. That's exactly what the Stanford benchmark was testing. Not memorization of facts, but the ability to reason. The system was given a patient's symptoms, lab results, and medical history, and it wasn't just asked to name a diagnosis. It had to walk through the entire process of clinical reasoning. That's where DeepSeek R1 demonstrated it could compete with the best systems in the world. But winning a benchmark is one thing. What happened next changed everything. China didn't arrive at this moment overnight. The story goes back to 2014, when the government launched the National Smart Hospital Initiative. The goal was ambitious, to reimagine the very architecture of healthcare. Not just to add an app or electronic records, but to embed technology into every stage, from patient registration to diagnosis, from medication dispensing to clinical decision-making. And this wasn't a voluntary experiment. Smart technology adoption metrics were built into the performance evaluation system for public hospitals. Want a good rating? Show results. That triggered a wave of investment from the government, from the hospitals themselves, from tech companies and universities. Major players in digital infrastructure and voice AI began building partnerships with medical institutions. Systems capable of recognizing medical conversations and automatically generating structured records appeared long before DeepSeek became a household name. For 10 years, China was laying the foundation: data, infrastructure, trained personnel, digital systems. When DeepSeek arrived in 2025, the hospitals were ready. They just needed a brain. And then it showed up. To understand what this looks like in practice, picture a patient visit to one of China's leading smart hospitals today. It all starts before the patient even walks through the door. Through a mobile app, the patient enters their symptoms, data from wearable devices, and recent test results. By the time they arrive at the hospital, the system has already identified the right department, assessed priority, and notified the medical team. In some facilities, a robot in the lobby scans the patient's face, pulls up their medical record, and directs them to the right floor. No paper forms, no confusion. When the patient meets with the doctor, the system transcribes the conversation in real time, codes the information, and automatically fills in the medical documentation. The doctor doesn't spend time entering data. They're completely focused on the patient. According to available data, in conventional hospitals, doctors spend roughly 2 hours on administrative work for every hour of patient care. In smart hospitals, that burden drops sharply. At one of Shanghai's leading inpatient facilities, an AI system processes thousands of pathology slides every day, a volume that an entire department of pathologists would barely manage working around the clock. Meanwhile, in pilot programs, the rate of diagnostic errors has dropped by 15%, and the turnaround time for radiology reports has fallen by 90%. What used to take half an hour now takes seconds. In January 2025, DeepSeek was deployed across an entire national hospital network. This was not a trial run. Within just a few weeks, the system was being used for diagnosis, treatment recommendations, and patient management in more than 300 hospitals. By mid-2025, DeepSeek models had been integrated into the internal networks of hospitals, covering the vast majority of the country's provinces. One critical detail: the system operates exclusively within hospital firewalls. Patient data does not leave the facility, is not sent to the cloud, and is not transmitted to external servers. The AI lives inside the hospital and processes information right there. At one facility, DeepSeek powers telemedicine and chronic disease management for patients in remote rural areas. Someone living hundreds of miles from the nearest major city can connect with a specialist in a divisi, and the AI helps the doctor understand the patient's condition, suggest a treatment plan, and monitor progress over time. At another facility, AI workstations assist the doctor directly during the examination, pulling up relevant information, flagging potential risks, and suggesting additional tests. Before full deployment at each institution, the system underwent stress testing across multiple platforms. It was similar to clinical trials for a new drug, except instead of a medication, it was an algorithm being tested, and those trials wrapped up in weeks, not years. A number of medical experts raised concerns about the pace of adoption. A publication in JAMA explicitly warned that the speed of deployment could outpace the development of the necessary regulatory frameworks. That's a fair point. But the rollout continued, and on March 26, 2026, something happened that most Western media outlets simply ignored. China opened the world's first fully integrated AI hospital. It's important to understand what that actually means. This is not a clinic with a few smart tools, not a facility with a chatbot at the front desk. This is an institution where artificial intelligence is embedded into every stage of medical care: prevention, diagnosis, treatment, rehabilitation, and long-term monitoring. The entire patient journey, from the moment a risk is identified to full recovery, is built around the collaboration between AI and physician. That same day, at a major forum in Beijing, China presented the world's first officially recognized definition of the term AI hospital. China didn't just build such a facility, it wrote the rules by which the rest of the world will measure itself. At the same time, a research simulation platform developed by a separate team had already processed more than 10,000 clinical cases and achieved an accuracy rate above 93% on the MedQA medical benchmark. For comparison, human physicians average around 87% on the same test. The platform is used as a training ground for the next generation of clinical AI systems, essentially a simulator where algorithms work through mistakes on virtual patients before entering real hospitals. While China builds and sets the standards, the rest of the world keeps operating the old way. In a number of developed countries, the average wait time for a doctor's appointment exceeds 1 month. Emergency room wait times stretch into several hours. A significant portion of medical data is still transmitted between facilities by fax-e, a technology developed more than half a century ago. Some healthcare systems have introduced electronic records, AI assistants for reading scans, and pharmacy robots. That's real progress. But here's the fundamental difference. In most countries, AI is being layered on top of old infrastructure. It's like putting a GPS on a horse-drawn carriage. The GPS works, but the carriage doesn't move any faster. China didn't renovate an old building, it built a new one. AI is at the center. Doctors work alongside it, not buried under mountains of paperwork. The entire flow, from registration to discharge, is designed around what the machine does well and what the human does well. China has no intention of slowing down. AI-based diagnostic systems are expected to cover the majority of primary care facilities by 2027. Emergency response systems with AI sensors are already cutting critical response times by more than 40%. The smart healthcare market is growing rapidly and is projected to continue expanding at a rate of over 25% per year. The question is no longer whether AI will transform medicine. It already is, right now, at a national scale, driven by government policy with verified clinical outcomes. The real question is how long healthcare systems built on outdated infrastructure and slow regulatory processes can keep talking about innovation while continuing to run on last century's technology. China didn't wait for the perfect regulatory environment. It built, tested, learned from its mistakes, and kept moving forward. And the gap between what's happening there and what's happening in the rest of the world keeps growing every single month. If this video changed the way you think about where medicine is headed, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and drop a comment. Would you trust an AI system to diagnose you? Or does that level of automation in healthcare make you more uneasy than excited? There's no right answer. We genuinely want to know what you think. We read every comment and we respond. See you in the next one.